How's it going?
I'm doing good. Doing good. How are you?
A little sweaty from what we just did.
Yeah, it was a bunch of setup. Yeah, that was from the. Yeah, a lot of setup. It was pretty crazy, pretty intense.
Somebody broke a light bulb.
Yeah, that's something you don't see every day.
Somebody that's not on screen right now broke a light bulb.
Yeah.
To clean that up.
You shouldn't be named at all.
Duncan. Well, here comes my dog.
Comedy gold, ladies and gentlemen.
So, what'd you do today before we got all sweaty?
I just worked. I went to work, and then I was also sort of like preparing for the podcast thing anyway, so.
Is your mic on? It's red.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I was just making sure that. Okay.
What'd you do for preparing? Because I did everything last minute.
I did. Okay, so for preparing, I basically, what was the word? I did the, I went on Google Docs, made like, pulled up a bunch of articles and stuff like that, like the future episodes that we plan on doing. This is the, where are we look again? Or is it just anywhere? That should be fine. I'll just look at you. Okay, so we want to make this, the Carbonated Collective. That's like the name that we went with. I just thought it was like, it just sounded cool. Double C, CC, not like CCTV, like the cameras, but you know, but it was, no, that was part of it. That was part of the planning process. And then on top of that, it was just like, yeah, just pull up articles about sodas. We talk about them, you know, history, yada, 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 and then drink them, and then thoughts and opinions. So yeah.
Pretty much wing it other than that.
Yeah. And
have you heard about the Chat GPT?
No, I haven't.
The chatbot?
The chat. Yeah, I've heard about the chatbot.
So I was getting I was doing it last minute, collecting all the information. And I heard about the chatbot and how it could write stuff for you. So, so we're doing Coke and Pepsi today.
Yes.
And I was doing Coke, and I was like, you know what? Write me out some Coke facts. Some fun Coke facts. And I press enter, and there's like a whole list. And I was so tempted to just copy and paste it and use that as the information. But, yeah, I had to Google it, because I also heard that is not very reliable.
Yeah, I think in high school or something we use a Cleverbot, like we use Cleverbot, like, and we just like use that like the whole time. It wasn't just for like test answers or anything like that. No, I don't do any of that, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever's watching,
the 10 people that are gonna watch this.
Yeah, but like it was just for fun. We were just like, let's just type in something random and see what we get for a response. And then yeah, it was something we just did because we were bored. So.
Was that the one with the female character?
Probably.
It was like a rip-off Siri.
I think so.
Yeah.
There are a lot of rip-off Siris out there. I think it's like Alexa and whatever. I mean, she's sort of a rip-off Siri, right? Or did Alexa come first? I'm not too sure.
Can you look up if Alexa came first? I think Siri came first, because did Siri come out with the iPhone when the first iPhone came out?
Siri come out with the first iPhone. I'm tempted to say yes, but then even then I'm like, I don't know if we were that far along in that.
Yeah, I still feel like Siri probably came first.
Siri was first.
Oh. I got it right.
Yeah, like well, yeah, this is our podcast. We said our names, right? I assume.
I don't know. Did we?
Oh, so I'm my name's Usman, and then
I'm Colin.
Yes, and so as I mentioned, Carbonated Collective. We just
Hold on, my dog wants to talk.
Okay.
Good boy.
Yeah.
All right, you were saying.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Like, out of sodas wise, I mean, what's your most favorite soda, like, of all time? Or just of, like, that's, you drink the most?
I always loved a good mug root beer.
Mug root beer.
That was root beer's always been my favorite. I don't know why. It just always has been.
What's the one? There's one called A&W or whatever. There's like a
A&W.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Mug, A&W, Barks.
Oh, Barks.
Yeah, that's that silver one. Silver can.
I didn't know that. That's a yeah. Or maybe I have seen it.
Definitely seen it.
I might have seen it. I just don't really remember. But like, yeah, like I think I'm not really a big fan of root beer.
Why?
I don't know. I just the taste is just like even when you put like that white foamy. What is that called again?
White foamy?
Like
what kind of soda are you drinking?
No. Like the white foamy like topping on it or ice cream. Sorry.
Are you talking about a root beer float?
Yeah, root beer float. That's totally different, right? Or is that kind of just like
that's root beer, but you also have vanilla ice cream added to it, so that's kind of different.
Right.
So is it root beer that you don't like, or is it root beer floats that you don't like?
You know what? I don't like root beer. Maybe root beer is probably the thing I would say.
But you like root beer floats.
I would say that, even though I haven't had root beer float in a long time. So it is kind of like, what?
You see the little inconsistencies
yes,
here.
Very much so, yes. I didn't mean for that to happen, but, it is what it is, I guess.
Have you ever tried Coke in a Coke float?
Coke float? No, I never
root
tried
beer
it.
float?
No, I never tried it.
It's really good. It's probably one of the many things that you can do with Coke.
Oh, yeah, like with just what's the word? Yeah, like I never tried Coke. Have you tried like the slushy versions of sodas, like Mountain Dew slushy or something like that?
Yeah. They have that at the movies. I don't know if you tried that. I think it actually was a frozen. I think it was a Coke slushy.
Oh,
yeah. At the movie theaters at the Cinemark.
I tried that. I just wasn't.
You didn't like it?
No, it was way. Okay, this was like a long time ago, probably like 13 plus years ago. So I tried it, and then I was just like, what is this? And like, because it sounded appealing. It's like Coke slushy. Oh, I like Coke. I kind of like slushies. So maybe it should, mend together. And then all of a sudden, and so I tried, and I was just like, huh. I don't like it. So
I don't know. I thought it was really good, and
it's just way too sweet, I guess. And maybe
you said you do like Coke, or you don't like Coke?
No, I like Coke.
You like Coke.
Yeah.
So this is another situation where you like it, but you don't like it because it's a different consistency.
Yeah, I guess there's that type of thing too.
Then I guess you know what? Ignore that.
Ignore that. Yeah, fair enough. With me, there's always inconsistency, so I apologize in advance.
I thought the Coke slushy was new.
Coke slushy, yeah, it might be new.
When did Coke slushies become a thing? We'll get back with that answer. Are you throwing up on my carpet? Duncan. Okay, no, he's good. It was just a hairball. Yeah, what were we talking about? Coke slushies.
Coke slushies.
Yeah, I liked it, but it melts a lot quicker than the regular slushies, the blue and red ones that they usually have.
Mm-hmm.
You've had those regular ones, the regular slushies, right? At the theater, the blue and red.
Yeah, I've had them.
Yeah. Did you try mixing it with the Coke?
No, I never have.
It's really good, but it melts fast. I think it's some sort of chemical that they put in the Coke that, you can use Coke for a, what's it called? I think you can, like, clean the floor with it, if I remember correctly.
What?
Check me on that. Can you clean the floor with Coca Cola? I'm pretty sure I've heard that somewhere.
Pretty sure that's not a thing, Colin.
I think it is.
I mean, it could be, but I don't know. You know what? Let's just say this. Anything's possible.
Yeah, I don't have that on my fact sheet there, which we will go over.
Yes.
But, yeah, I'm pretty positive it's multi-purposes, which is probably why it's not great for you. But
yeah, multi-purpose.
Come up with an answer? See, I was right. It does. Like.
According to cleanlyspace.com.
Tile grout. See, I told you.
Oh, okay, I was proven wrong. Okay, I understand.
That stuff goes in your stomach too.
Tile grout?
No, Coke.
No, it's just like sure, that too. It goes in your
just the fact that does go in both the floor and your stomach is pretty nasty. But I'll still drink it because Coke's still definitely in my top 5 of favorite sodas. Even though you can use it as a cleaning product.
Yeah, it's like very fascinating. I you know what I would say for my top soda is probably I think I started drinking it a little bit after, like, Coca Cola and like Pepsi and everything like that. I would say like Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is just like, I just started to become like super obsessed with it. Like almost every time I go to like restaurants, or if I like wanted to, just in general, just to just have like a soda drink or whatever, anything like that, nice drink to refresh, a nice bit of battery acid. I would
bottled
carbonated sugar water. Yes. I would want Mountain Dew. Like it's mainly the OG one. I would want like the OG Mountain Dew, like the lime green one.
Is it true that Mountain Dew lowers your sperm count? I could be wrong on that one. that one sounds like a stretch, but I'm pretty sure.
Anything could go anywhere. So just like I said before. But like Mountain Dew is like my favorite, I think I would say. And then as for the flavors that spawned afterwards, like maybe I don't know where I would even rank those. I just feel like in a way, this is just like by my opinion, I just feel like they're kind of just like copies of the original. Like they just have like the signature like yes, lime in there, but I don't know, it's not as like good.
It's like they add
maybe a little bit of something in there, but for the most part it kind of has the original taste, something like that.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I feel like they add like just fruit juice to some of it. Like, oh, what happens if we take this grape juice and put it in a regular Mountain Dew mix?
Oh,
and just add more pep to it. That's that's kind of what I get out of some of the Mountain Dews. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Mountain Dew. I love the Code Red specifically.
Yeah, Code Red, yeah. I haven't drank Code Red in a while, but we'll see what happens. So, but no, the Code Red wasn't bad. I think that I don't know what the number or like what was the second flavor after the original Mountain Dew was. I don't know. Was it Code Red or was it?
I am not sure. He's on it. I'd assume no, because Code Red. Hold on, I have this written down somewhere.
These are in his notes, even though.
Code Red came out in 2001. Yeah, 2001.
Really?
Yes.
When did I start drinking it? I think probably in the late 2000s was probably when I started. I don't even remember when I even discovered Mountain Dew. Probably like maybe mid to late 2000s. I don't know. So maybe like around that time I discovered it. It's been I guess 22 years.
2001 wasn't that bad.
Yeah. So Pepsi is Pepsi. Yes. Some people consider it to kind of be like maybe I guess a sweeter version of Coca Cola, right? Like sometimes like it just has more sugar in it, like that type of thing. I don't know. I've tried Pepsi and I'm like I feel like maybe I don't know. I flip flop between either liking Coke or Pepsi. I'm not too sure. I'll just say Coke just to be, safe, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
but
Pepsi, I feel, is if Coke was kind of diluted. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. It's like a Coke ripoff, kind of.
Coke ripoff. Okay. Yeah. I would say, yeah, in a way it is like that anyways, even just down to that whole thing. But I mean it's not bad. I mean sometimes even when I go to like obviously even for like Coca Cola, it's like, oh, you got Coke, Pepsi, whatever. Always Coke first if that's the thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then Pepsi is like what's the word? And then Pepsi, if they don't have Coke, then I'll be like, I'll just take Pepsi, whatever. It's like something similar to that, I guess. So
speaking of, when I went to stock up on our sodas today, I went to the store down the road. You know which one it was. And I went to grab Coke, and they didn't have Coke.
They didn't have Coke?
You know what they had?
What?
They had aisles and aisles and aisles of Pepsi.
Oh.
Pepsi cans, Pepsi bottles, all kinds of Pepsi flavors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's some sort of conspiracy. There's no Coke there. They were definitely.
Do you have evidence to support your case?
I don't. What I do have is a hunch, because
all right,
what benefit would they have to not sell Coke with Pepsi? You'd get more people to shop there if you also sell Coke. The only reason they wouldn't have Coke there is if Pepsi Company purposely paid them off to exclusively only sell Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad business.
Yeah, that's something.
You ever notice that? There's a lot of restaurants that do that too. Like like you got Coke. Yeah, we have Coke. Do you have Pepsi? No, we only have Coke, or vice versa. You never really see any. At least I never really do see any restaurants where they sell both. It's only like one or the other, I feel like.
Yeah. No, I just I guess I'm thirsty. My stomach's growling. No,
speaking of, how about we go over
the notes? Yeah.
First, some facts. Got some paper here.
Alrighty.
Hold on, I gotta get my reading glasses.
Oh, do you actually have them? You actually need them? I didn't know you had reading glasses. That's awesome.
Coca Cola was invented in 1886 by John Pemberton, a pharmacist in Atlanta, Georgia.
He sounds like was it Pemberton? You said
Pemberton.
Yeah. Oh,
Pemberton.
He sounds like a musician or like a guy who does like movie scores. Like some guy who did a score for a film, like the soundtrack for it. It's a very obscure sort of reference, but it just reminds me of some name I heard.
Have you seen a picture of him?
No,
I was researching him. He has a magnificent beard.
Magnificent beard, really. Mm-hmm. Is it better than yours?
Do you want to? No. But do you want to bring up John Pemberton, Coca Cola, and bring up a picture and put him up over there for Usman? He's a very handsome fella.
Is he?
For 1886, I mean. I don't think he smiles in the picture, so he probably doesn't. I don't know if they ever
really.
That has to do with his soda or not.
I don't think they ever really smiled back then in like
no.
1800s or so.
The NFT. See, look at that.
Yeah,
that is a fantastic beard.
That's something.
Put that beard up right here. Look at that. Anyways, what else we got here for Coca-Cola? The drink originally contained cocoa leaves from which cocaine is derived. That's a fact that
that's
think
like
most people know.
That's like the most sort of infamous like fact of like all time. It's like just like, cocaine being in there, like that specific type of drug being in there. That's literally what I just remember from all of that. Otherwise, like history-wise, I'm like, I don't know who actually made it as much, and then I'm like maybe it was made in the 1800s, but even then I'm just like, that was the main thing that I remembered.
Yep, that was one of the main ingredients, as well as cola nuts, hence the name Coca Cola. The coca leaves were removed from the recipe in 1903. So they had a good run from 1886 to 1903 for all those children that needed their cocaine.
Okay.
The first Coca Cola was sold at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta for 5 cents a glass.
Yeah.
That is, I wish things were still that cheap.
I know. That would be awesome.
You know, they
Inflation.
charge, how much did your Coke charge that you cost that you picked up today?
I'm trying to. It was like 2 something, I think, probably. It was in total when I got both of them. They were $4.46.
$4.46.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably like 2 something.
It's crazy.
I don't have the actual physical receipt with me, ladies and gentlemen, but I do oddly remember that price.
Scam.
Artists.
Let's see what else we got here for facts. My dog just left. The drink was marketed as a temperance drink meant to counteract the effects of alcohol.
Huh.
So,
interesting.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
If you don't want any alcohol or have a hangover from alcohol, have some cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, that'll probably be something to get you going, I guess, right?
In the 1930s, Coca-Cola was the first company to put a logo on a sports team uniform. You know what team that was?
Sports team uniform. Like, was it for like football or something, or
it was baseball.
Baseball?
The New York Yankees.
Oh, the Yankees. Oh, okay.
That almost makes me not like Coke anymore. But what are you gonna do? During World War II, Coca-Cola was considered an important part of American culture and was shipped overseas to American troops. Can't say that about Pepsi. When was Pepsi invented?
Alrighty. So I'm going to start up with mine. But yeah, great question, Colin. Let me go to that. Okay, so I do have like literally, here you are, a plethora of information right here, but I'm going to try to go through as much as I can. But yeah, it's on my phone. So the founder of Pepsi is Caleb Bradham. He was born on May 27th, 1867 in North Carolina. His pharmacy. In 1893, Bradham invented a drink combining sugar, water, caramel, lemon oil, nutmeg, and some natural additives, which he named Brad's Drink. It's just Brad's Drink. It's very creative, you know. I just like.
They should have kept that name.
Yeah, it's like it's Brad's Drink. It's nobody else's. Everybody's just not allowed to even have it.
I would have preferred those advertisements.
Brad's Drink, coming to a movie theater near you. You know. I feel like they could do something like that now.
Yeah,
if they wanted to, but they could just make a new soda and just call it Brad's Drink, and they'll be like, "Hey, that's what we called it back then." Well, too bad.
I don't think enough people would understand it though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I didn't know that until you just said it.
Right, like it was just like one of the facts I read up on that was like, oh, interesting. I'm just like going through a bunch of the different sort of. I'm just skipping past some things. 1931, Roy changed. Wait, did I write Roy?
Who's Roy?
Great question. I was just like, who's Roy? He's a person who changed the name of the company to National Pepsi Cola Company.
So he was.
Do you know the what was it?
No, go ahead.
Do you know the who Roy is to the National Pepsi Company? Can you search that? Roy?
Are you talking to me?
No, I was talking to Faswan over there.
Come on, Roy.
Roy. Search Roy National Pepsi Cola Company. If you're able to find a name, because I just found Roy in my notes and I kind of didn't even know who Roy was. I was just like, Roy.
You didn't research that further?
I sort of. It's kind of little things here and there. Were you able to find anything, or? Roy McGargle.
What a name.
He's associated with Pepsi. That's what you're able to find.
So he changed the name to Pepsi.
Yeah, the National Pepsi Cola Company.
He was definitely jealous of Brad's name. An abomination.
The National Pepsi Cola Company was declared bankrupt for the second time by the United States District Court of Eastern District of Virginia. After that, Charles Guth of the Loft Candy Company and Roy McGargle, the old owner of Pepsi, acquired the National Pepsi Cola Company under a new contract for just $10,500 and renamed it the Pepsi Cola Company. So yeah, the National and then just Pepsi Cola Company. So there's not that much of a change. Just take National out there, but whatever. 1933, Charles also bought McGargle shares, which raised his shares to 91%. So also, we're talking about how cheap stuff was back then. It says in 1934, Pepsi began to sell their 12-ounce bottles for 5 cents, while other cola companies were selling their 6-ounce bottles for 5 cents. As a result, the popularity of Pepsi continues to grow. Whoop whoop. But I don't know.
Still not as popular as Coke.
Yeah. Well, for me, my side is with Pepsi, but even then, like I mentioned, I would go with Coca Cola. Yeah.
So you're not that loyal.
I'm not that loyal, I guess. No. But you know what? I'm just like, I'll pick the side. I'll stick to it either way. Why not?
Doesn't sound like it, though, if you said you'll go with Coke even though you're with Pepsi.
Yeah. But the theme of the episode, right? Inconsistency.
I guess.
Okay, and also I have some 5 fun sort of facts, I guess, about it. Obviously, one of them was it was called Brad's Drink. World War I could have been the end of the company. 3 dots. Pepsi stayed afloat by offering more cola for less money.
Hold on. You're just gonna... You're not gonna elaborate on the World War I thing?
I will now.
Because I think that's one of the more interesting things you told us about Pepsi.
What is that supposed to mean? No, I was kidding. Sorry I keep calling you Feswan. I just wanted to come up with the name. Just a strange name.
Feswan.
I don't know if that means anything bad or anything in French, I guess. And I think it's French. I'm not too sure. I apologize to all the French viewers out there. And we know that you're watching.
All 0 of them.
I mean, I think you're watching. Even if you aren't watching, whatever. It's okay. We understand.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you, bruh. Yeah, yeah, I wish I just wrote that down. That was really what I found for the facts.
Such a cliffhanger.
Yeah. He had gambled on the fluctuations of sugar prices during World War I. That's what I'm reading up on this one article right here.
That's what almost ended him? Sugar?
Yeah, the fluctuations of sugar.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like...
pretty sad.
Yeah, and so, yeah, I guess just... I'm trying to find, the actual, Pepsi post. Yeah, so I'm not going to... It's a lot of stuff either way. Bottom line, yeah, the fluctuations of sugar, I think, was basically what just led to almost the end of the company and stuff like that. And, I think as we mentioned, there is, more sugar in Pepsi. That's sort of the,
Well, let's see if we can taste the difference right now.
All right. Oh, actually, I do have 2 more facts, and then we'll go into it right away. The brand gave Sofia Vergara her first acting job. You know who she is, right?
Name sounds familiar.
Modern Family. She's in a TV show called that. She's just
I never watched the show, but I know of it.
Yeah, she's very popular on there. She's also married to Flash Thompson from the Spider-Man movies. That's a deep cut, you nerds. I'm a nerd too.
Inner ties there.
Yes. And it was the first Pepsi was the first soft drink company to use 2-liter bottles. So yeah, that's the end of my facts and everything like that. But yeah, we can jump in.
All right. All right. Well, I'm pretty thirsty. How about you?
I'm very thirsty, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we can drink them now. Good old Coke. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's...
Ooh, careful, careful.
Ooh.
Little sizzly.
I don't know. It's
Gotta be gentle.
Yes, indeed.
Even though we've had these a million times.
That is true.
Gonna taste test them. In the future, we're gonna start doing more obscure drinks.
That is, yep, that's what we're planning on doing.
Do a little ASMR for you.
I'm gonna do another sip, because why not?
I'd say, you know what? I love Coke. I'll just go with a solid 8.
I would say, probably for this one, probably about a 7, I guess.
Yeah.
A 7. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It is. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. But it's funny when I was tasting this, it was just, I don't know. I know I was like more sugar in it and stuff like that, but I don't know. It just didn't really, kick me. I was just like, oh, there's so much sugar, blah, that type of thing. Like I was like, you know what? It's,
Yeah.
It didn't make me want to be like, oh, this is gross or whatever. Stuff
but
like that.
I think a Coke and a Pepsi, when it comes down to it, always is a good. It's like a good helping hand for the day.
Yeah.
It's like you just want to reach out, grab it, have a drink.
That is true. Yeah. I guess I don't know if you start your morning with those drinks, but either way,
I could actually go for another sip, honestly.
That's me too. I think I would as well. Are you okay?
Delicious floor cleaner.
Yeah. It's
all right. Well,
it's decent.
I think that's pretty much the end of this episode. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.